All right, AJT fam, let's talk about this pathetic morning of trading I had here. Um, and this will go in line with what we're going to be talking about starting this week and how important developing the right mindset, which I call the trader mindset, how important it is. Because if you don't, there's no way you're going to be successful in this industry. I don't care. I will go up against anybody when it comes to this. I think I've had enough education and I've been doing this in the trenches with you guys long enough that I 100% believe in my analysis of day trading and what it takes to get to where you need to be in terms of being an independent equities trader. Now, I'm not talking about anything else. All right, but the thing is, if you're unwilling to develop the right mindset that you're going to need to be able to trade the market without fear, then you're not going to make it. You know, I talk to people all the time. I talk to prospective traders all the time that's been trying to do this for years and years and can't seem to get anywhere. And all of the issues that they have point toward not having the right mindset, pointing toward the fear of losing money, the fear of coming unglued, the fear of having days like I had today. Okay, it's going to happen. It's going to sneak up on you. You're going to start feeling a sense of euphoria. You think you can't lose. You think you're invincible. And then the market puts you in your place. And then you go back to doing what you were doing. And, you know, kicking ass and taking names. That's what happens sometimes. You know, and this morning was a prime example for me. Here, I was very patient, waited for the setup. Now, I was overly focused on being patient because I knew I was going to have to leave before 10:30 to go take my mom to the doctor, to the dentist. I knew that. That's something I knew that I was going to have to do. But I'm usually done with some nice trades before 10:30 and I'm able to do some things. But today didn't happen. Okay, I was patient. I got in on the break. It went up, and I was looking for a little bit more. I didn't want to take it. Yeah, I probably could have taken profit here at like 427.25, 427.50. I was looking for 428 with the minimum of 427.75. We had that ability to get there. There was nothing stopping us from getting there. But you can see it ran up, it pulled back, it held the opening range low. Opening range high. It bounced, and then we got I forgot what economic news came out that hit at 10:30, and I was like, oh, okay, this is just the market's just gonna overreact as usual, and then we're gonna bounce and we're gonna keep going. There's nothing on this chart that told me that was gonna happen. Where did that come from? That came from me anticipating that was gonna happen because that's happened in the past, the last several times. So based on what I've experienced in the past, not what the market is telling me, but based on, okay, I don't have time to get out and wait and try to get back in and all that. I'm just going to leave it on and see if it recovers. So, number one mistake I started making because the time crunch started creeping in on me. That time thing started creeping in on me. And I didn't know what to do. Well, I knew what to do, but I was sitting here trying to decide, should I do this, should I do that? Should I just leave it running? So guess what? I added to a losing position, which I don't advocate. I don't even teach this. But in my infinite wisdom, I thought, yeah, I'm going to add to a losing position. And I did. And I made my stop because I was getting ready to leave. And I made my stop right here. And what did it do? It turned around and stopped me out going lower. So the minute I turned around, I was like, okay, fine. Let's flip it short. And, of course, I'm on the road. I'm not able to do the thing that I'm supposed to do. So I end up taking everything off here instead of leaving some on and letting it go. And I would have made all my money back and then some. The mistake I made would have been nullified if I had not gotten all out of whack and not let this time crunch and the fact that, I gotta, this always happens. Every time I have to do something and leave, the market makes these big moves and I can't get involved in it. You guys know the mindset. This is what destroys us. Okay, so what I had to do was, okay, yeah, it cost me a little bit here, but it was the smartest thing to do, and the smartest move I made was to say, okay, stop. You've got to take your mom. You've got to focus on this. You could easily lose more money. Now, I wouldn't have lost more. I would have made more money, but that's not the point. And that's what I want you guys to understand. It's not the point that I would have made it back. The point is, I became responsible, and I accepted responsibility for screwing up, making a mess of things, and say, hey, look, let's wait until I can get back. Let's wait till I can get back focused, and then we can go from there. So we started bouncing. Once we cleaned up the 9, I got in, and it struggled. And of course, I could have easily gotten more frustrated and just like, man, why? All of us, now I'm getting in it. It's slowing down. It's not making the strong moves to the level. It's crapping all over itself. I could have gotten pissed off and not done what I was supposed to do here. But I didn't. I kept focused. And it's all because I had a process to deal with a day like this. I had a process to deal with this. That when it slips up and I start thinking I know better and that I can predict the market and what it's going to do, I know I need to bring myself back in and get to work. Okay, it's just that simple. So, that's where we ended up this morning. Said, let's see, did you expect when buying the 200 shares, was that a pullback could occur? Yes. That's the reason why I bought it, because it stopped here. I thought we were getting ready to recover, after the overreaction. I thought we were going to recover and keep going. So yes, absolutely. I added back and then said, I'm going to put my stop under the low of this pullback. And it turned around and came back and stopped me out. And that's when I was like wanting to flip flop. But I was not in control. So if if I don't make it back to profitability today, I can't blame anybody but myself. I could not take this trade. I could not stay in this and take it because I was not sitting in front of the computer. I was having to drive, and I didn't want to drive my mom's car and be sitting there with a laptop between me and the steering wheel trying to trade, which I have done in the past. And it wasn't worth it. Would this move be worth it if I had an accident and hurt myself, or my mom? No, it's not worth it. So that's when, I put my big boy pants on and said, hey, I'm done with this. You need to get your head screwed back on straight. And you need to trade like you know how to trade. And if you have to take the hit, so be it, because it's your fault anyway. And that's it. That's our morning. So I want you to see that this is why I do this live. Not for you to copy me. It's you can't copy if you don't have the right mindset. I want you to see the mistakes I make, see how I can justify it, and then turn around and say, you dumb SOB, you need to get your head out of your ass and start doing what you're supposed to do. This is the fight that we have with ourselves almost every day. It's, most of the days I could come in and I can trade off of muscle memory, which is what we want. But there are some days that things get us messed up and we go through these issues. Just like a professional basketball player and their free throws. It's muscle memory. You practice enough to where you get up there and the pressure, there's no pressure because you've done it so many times. You do it without thinking about it. But then the minute you start thinking about this will win the game or this will take us to the championship, and then all of a sudden your muscle memory goes away. Okay, it's the same thing that happens here. We do train our minds and we do build our minds up. It's what we're going to be doing here the next several months. But there are going to be times when the pressure creeps in and we are not who we need to be, and we have to know how to bring ourselves back. See, when you made your initial entry, what was your anticipated stop out point? Whenever you buy a opening range breakout, the level that you base your trade on is the opening range high. If it's a breakdown, it's the opening range low. So here, we never got a close below this. We pulled back, we tested it, the 9, the 20, everything was right there. Strong support. Strong support. So we were bouncing, and I think this on a normal day, this would have continued, and it would have continued going up, and I would have made the money and all that stuff. But this is what you can't predict in the market. Okay, you cannot predict what news comes out and what the reaction of the market's going to be. You can't predict that. So, but my experience over the last couple of months is that you have a reaction, an overreaction, and then it catches back up with itself, and then it starts going back the other way. So I did not stop out. Technically, I should have stopped out here. As soon as this took out the low of this candle, I should have stopped out. I didn't. Again, I'm waiting for it to bounce from that overreaction and, start going back to where I'm going. So here it didn't. And it sold off some more. And now I started to think, oh, okay, we're getting ready to bounce. So in my infinite wisdom, I added 200 shares, thinking it was going to go. I do not recommend putting in a hard stop unless you're just starting out and you really don't trust yourself. Now, this doesn't happen to me all the time. It doesn't, and I can stop out when I need to. So I don't need to put in a hard stop. Here I put in a hard stop because I was getting ready to walk away. I was getting ready to leave. So I put in a hard stop. But I never like hard stops because if I did, I would have to put it just under this level. I don't know how far this would wick down and stop me out before the trade started going again. So instead of getting wicked out, I just wait for the confirmation. If it confirms losing this, I take it off. But definitely, if you're just starting out and you really don't understand everything just yet and you're wanting to trade, definitely use hard stops because it'll protect you from yourself. Okay, that's what we'd be doing. All right, guys. So I know this was a long explanation, but it was very, very needed. Um, I lost twice what my max loss per day would be. Based on my calculations, I was down over $2,000, over $2,400. $1,200 is my max loss for the day because I can average about $2,400 in profit a day. So $1,200 is my max, and I might have made $500 or $600 back. Probably because you can't see the whole thing. And the other reason could be if I did it because I did it on my phone. It may not pop up here. But I'm still down. I only made back maybe $600. So I'm still probably around $2,000 down if my calculations are right. So, I still have to be patient. I still have to stay focused and not take unnecessary risks. I mean, it's what it boils down to. But I wanted you to see what happened after what happened this morning. What caused the day to turn out the way it did. And you never know. You never know. I know we don't have any earnings today, but this thing might keep rebounding. We get back over to 20. I mean, I can get back in. Yeah, I'm trading larger size. I'm willing to risk trading larger size because I think the volatility in the market has slowed way down. So it's not going to blow me up out of the water. But we will take take our break. And kind of wait and see what this thing's gonna do. I'm not gonna walk away. I'm just gonna sit back and just watch what this does. I'm waiting for it to confirm now. I'm not. This thing has to close above the 20. I'm not gonna buy it because it peaked its head over it. So, gonna be waiting for that.